It's time for more Uncut XCOM 2 War of the Chosen. Today's new soldier was brought to you by Negavec88. While many parts of the old world were ravaged by the alien invasion, some regions remained relatively unscathed and have managed to thrive in the new world. The Australian outback is one of those regions. Determined by Advent to be non-essential after repeated attempts at building cities there were thwarted by the Outback Resistance Network, the remote areas of this country have become a haven for civilians that are fed up with living under an oppressive regime. However, despite not being able to construct cities, a squad of resistance members led by a legendary sharpshooter named Peter Armstrong are seeing signs of blacksite construction. The Outback Resistance Network has made several successful attempts at slowing the construction of the facility, but Advent's unlimited resources and persistence are proving difficult. Peter contacted Xcom with news about the facility and offered his assistance on board the Avenger under the condition that we prioritize the destruction of Advent in his country. We might not be able to keep that promise, but we'll certainly try. Peter's skills are legendary in Australia, and echoes of his triumphs will no doubt boost morale and inspire our other soldiers to improve. Ladies and gentlemen, but mostly gentlemen, it is finally time for us to assault the first Advent black site of our War of the Chosen campaign. Our objective for today is to go on a little bit of an investigation. I already know what to expect because I've done this a number of times. We're going in to retrieve a mysterious vial of goopily goop goop that the aliens are using to do some very evil things with. Why did I just say goopily goop goop? Who knows? Let's just see what squad composition we're going to use to deal with this. Our squad composition today is prioritizing sustainability above all else. We have a Reaper, 2 Grenadiers, and 2 Specialists. Dragonova is a very sustainable soldier now that we've unlocked Needle and Silent Killer. Needle, while she's in shadow, she has 2 armor piercing, and Silent Killer, kills with the Vector Rifle do not increase the Reaper's chance to break out of shadow. She is basically guaranteed to stay in shadow as long as we use her to secure killing blows. So our objective with her is to maneuver around the map, weaken targets with our other soldiers, and then finish them off with Dragonova. Next up, Carl Carknuckle is our Grenadier. He's got a Venom round, so he has a chance to poison targets when he hits. He also has a gas grenade, which will poison targets as well, and poison is a very valuable asset. The damage over time is very minimal, but the reduction in accuracy is pretty big, and the Shredder ability, along with suppression, is going to give him sustainability. Even after he uses his grenade, he can still melt away some of that armor with his abilities. Next up, our second Grenadier is using blast padding and demolition, and I've modded my game a little bit so that Grenadiers can use a shotgun. So even though we don't have a Ranger on the mission with us, we have access to that big burst damage regardless, and the blast padding is going to make her very tanky, so she can go on the front lines and potentially soak up damage for us if we don't clean up things correctly. And we saw this dream team before, Zani Zoha and Myra Two-Faced Wyra. They are both specialists and they are both hybrids. Zani Zoha has medical protocol and haywire protocol along with the skulljack, so she can take control of or shut down Advent mechs very easily, and Myra Two-Faced Wyra has the combat protocol for when we need to just blow them up. She has revival protocol as well if somebody gets under a negative status effect, and finally Field Medic is giving her access to 3 med kits, so if anybody does start to bleed out, she can stabilize them, or if we take a little bit of damage, she can run up, spray that magic mist on us, and we'll be good to go. So with all of that said, let's go deal with it, man.
Our contacts in the local resistance have shown us how to access the Advent black site. The aliens worked hard to keep this place under the radar, and we don't know what we're gonna find in there. Keep your heads up. Expect heavy opposition.
Alright, the Advent black site. I've waited far too long to attempt tackling this mission. This is normally one of the first few missions that I do, because the longer you wait to deal with the first Advent black site, the more difficult the enemies are that you have to fight inside of it. And of course, you're going to be taking on these black sites throughout the entire campaign, but there's something about the first one being really difficult that gets under my skin a little bit. I like the first blacksite to be a relatively easy experience, but this is what happens when you go for psionic operatives as an end game strategy. They are such a big investment and they take so much time to research that you fall behind on all of your other researches. So normally by this stage of the campaign, I should have magnetic weapons, plated armor, probably I should have alien grenades as well, but instead all I have is the ability to start thinking about building a psionics building in the Avenger and cooking up my mega mind control soldiers. So it's a weird investment, but it's one of the most, if not the most powerful investment you can make in the game. And it's a really fun one, too. The Psionic Operative is just a ton of fun to play with, and I so rarely get to play with them. Now, we've got eyes on the first group of enemies pretty early on, and I think what we're going to do is go for an ambush right away as quickly as possible, because it's not too common that we get an isolated group of enemies like this, because there are so many enemies on this mission. So, we're going to start things off right away. And we're going to do it with a classic Overwatch ambush. We're going to get most of our soldiers looking at the enemies, ready to shoot them as soon as they move a single muscle. And then boom, we're going to target the sectoid first because he does have the ability to ruin my day with mind control. We're going to get a nice hit for 5 damage. The rest of us should have no trouble picking him off, but if we don't, Dragonova is the cleanup crew for this mission.
Hostile neutralized.
Adjusting sights.
Can I tell you something, guys? That was real clean, and I loved it. So we're going to move over 1 tile so we get a flank on this trooper, and then we're going to blast him straight in the noggin. Violation. Absolute violation. That was beautiful. Couldn't ask for a better opening than that. We're not going to get revealed because of the silent killer ability. And the camera is getting all crazy because the chosen hunter is on the battlefield. He's such a douchebag. Absolutely can't stand this guy. He's not very difficult to deal with if you can get him isolated and you can get a good jump on him. But if you can't, he's ridiculously mobile and difficult to get a handle on. Now, the bright side to fighting the chosen is that they don't use the full breadth. They don't use all of their abilities until you get close to them. So until we get really personal with the facility, until we're right in the door, really, then we're not going to have to deal with it. So for now, we're going to continue scouting with Dragonova. We just got eyes on another pod. It is... No, we didn't get eyes on a pod. We are getting eyes on the pollutants that are coming out of this factory. I'm sure Al Gore would have some very bad things to say about the global warming and the climate change that's occurring because of the Advent black sites. He's probably dead in 2035. I'm not wishing that on him, but he's already pretty old. I don't think he'd survive. But what we're going to do now is we're going to steer our soldiers as far on the perimeter of the facility as possible, because I'm not ready to activate another group yet. So I'm going to be a little bit passive for now. I don't have any battle scanners, so I can't really check anything out. And just FYI, is going to be real tactical today, because this mission, it has me stressed because we don't have Predator armor, which is the tier 2 armor. So our soldiers are still very vulnerable, despite being pretty powerful in the damage output. Alright, we've got eyes on 2 turrets on top of the facility, but we still don't have any vision on any more enemies, and that's what I really want to worry about. The turrets, they're just more of an obstacle that I'm trying to completely avoid than something that I'm worried about killing. Unfortunately, the turrets happen to be on the side of the building that I am traveling along, so it might be impossible for us to avoid them completely, but let's see if we can skirt around the perimeter and stay out of their range. I don't imagine there are any groups of enemies this far away from the building. On like I just don't think there's anybody hanging out over here. But I have seen these aliens doing drugs before, so I imagine they might still be doing them. So they might be doing a little bit of bush in the bushes, if you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then it's understandable, because I don't even know what I'm talking about sometimes. It gets a little crazy out here. Every time I do these blacksite missions or these really long missions, I always think back to the fact that you have to be a little bit batshit crazy to have a conversation with yourself for any length of time longer than 10 minutes. To have a conversation by yourself makes you a little bit crazy, man. And I gotta tell you, I've been sitting here for a long time having a chat with myself. I've been watching some new shows on TV lately. Well, not on television, but on Crunchyroll.com. I've been watching an anime called My Hero Academia. It's a very fun show. If you're into anime, then you probably know a lot about it. If you're not, then you probably don't. But as a person that's not a big fan of anime, I'm surprised I enjoy it as much as I do. I watch Dragon Ball Z, I watch One Punch Man, and Rurouni Kenshin. Those are the only 3 animes that I've ever been able to get into, and those are the only animes that I'm ever going to get into. If there's a show that you like, then I'm happy for you. But don't come to me saying, "Oh my God, Rob, I know this anime is so awesome. You should check it out. Cowboy Bebop's so cool." I'm not gonna watch it. Don't care. I'm not into it like that. I know about the culture. I know about the Omaiwa, Woo, Shindaru, you're already dead stuff. I get it. But I don't watch that many of the shows. But My Hero Academia, for some reason, it's able to transcend a little bit beyond a typical anime for me. It has a lot of tropes, and it has a lot of things in it that feel very anime. But at the same time, the story elements of it are so strong that it's becoming more than just the medium that it's a part of. And we've got a really nice remote start here, so we're going to take advantage of that. It's not going to hit all the enemies, but it's going to shred the armor on the mech. It's going to kill this trooper guaranteed. And that's pretty much all I can ask for at this point. I'm not going to try and get greedy and get more targets caught in that explosion. And I'm also not going to advance any of my troops until I do the remote start, because moving forward will cause them to activate. And I could throw down a claymore and like get a really disgusting wombo combo, but that's not what I'm trying to do right now. I'm not about that life at this moment. So let's go remote start. This isn't going to reveal us. This action does not reveal. Boom. Oh, we got a nice double kill. I was half expecting the mech to survive, and you'll notice it didn't take the full 12 damage. I'm mostly sure that is from the fact that I turned on the option in the game to have grenades do fall-off damage as it goes to the outer radius, so I can only assume that also applies to remote start and other explosive devices.
I'm on it.
So with all of that done, that Advent Trooper, he still doesn't know where the rest of my soldiers are, so we do have that advantage, and we want to keep that for as long as we can. And we also don't want to move within the sight radius of the turrets, so we're just going to go on Overwatch with a lot of our soldiers right now. So the trooper going for the high ground benefit. He's going for that Obi-Wan Kenobi style maneuver, going right next to the turret. He's very snuggly with that thing. It's just unfortunate that I'm not trying to walk in that direction, so he's not really going to get much benefit out of that. So let's continue moving Dragonova around and continue scouting. We have a decent shot on him with Dragonova, but I'm not going to potentially break her concealment for that. So while we got a little bit of downtime, My Hero Academia, the premise for the show is once upon a time, humanity was normal, and then a baby was born, and he had superpowers. And then eventually everybody started getting superpowers. We've got eyes on another Advent mech and a sectoid. A very powerful group of enemies. It's a good thing we haven't sprinted any of our soldiers in this direction, because we would have revealed them. Oh my, and the hunter's right here too. Yeesh. This is gonna get ugly. This is gonna get very ugly. The one bright side to this is I think I have a little bit of a plan that might yield something interesting.
Orders confirmed. Moving out.
I'm gonna move up, and of course this is gonna cause the activation on the turret. Now the turret does not act as cover, which I'm a little bit surprised about. I kind of always knew that, but I never saw it in action before. So we're gonna take a shot at the trooper. Boom, he's dead. That was a big overkill. 10 damage. And now we have access to Haywire Protocol. And I could very easily shut this turret down and just remove the stress of having that thing shooting at us on every single turn. But at the same time, I don't want to waste such a valuable asset, because we did see that there was a mech over here, and I could also haywire that. And the mech is just it's a much more valuable target. So you know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna give aid protocol to our shotgun-toting grenadier and put the rest of our soldiers on Overwatch, because she's the only one within range of the turret. Everybody else is relatively safe right now. I say relatively because anything could happen right now. Like the Chosen could just zoom towards us. That mech in the sector could do some things. We're in a scary spot right now. Yup, and we got more enemies walking around. A captain, a trooper, and another mech. And this is definitely why I opted to save the Haywire Protocol, because this is a much more valuable target. And here we got these guys patrolling towards us as well. Are they going to trigger? No, they are not. So we're still okay in that regard. The turret, of course, going to take a shot, and it is going to miss. That was about a 20% chance to hit, so you best believe it's going to miss.
Not far enough.
My favorite part of My Hero Academia right now is the fact that the show takes place, is following a character in high school. And even though I'm obviously not in high school anymore, I'm 25 years old, I can look at the experience as an outsider and get interesting things out of it. And what I mean by that is, if I was in high school, I don't know if I could appreciate the fact that the main character has trouble talking to girls. I don't think I would feel such a sense of nostalgia from looking at all of the things that the main characters are doing that reminds me of when I was a kid, and I wouldn't get those fuzzy feelings inside. So we have a very high chance to shut this guy down. The last time we attempted to control one, we succeeded, so I'm thinking that's what we're gonna do again. Come on, baby, blow on these dice. Blow on the mouse a little bit. Come on. Failed. Oh gosh, it's fine. It's not that big a deal. It's very disappointing, but it's not a huge deal.
Grab that bot. Can't get this one.
Damn it. Alright, so my backup plan whenever I fail at haywiring an Advent mech is to hit it with a combat protocol and then deal 1 damage to it, which is not hard to do at all. Damn it. The turret's on Overwatch. Of course the turret's on Overwatch. Why wouldn't it be on Overwatch? It's a turret. That is what turrets do. I think I'm going to have to possibly break Dragonova's concealment. Because I want to move my soldier, and I don't want to run the risk of triggering it. But at the same time, she's got to move anyway. Alright, we're gonna give our soldier aid protocol, and then we're gonna move her out of the way of the stupid tracking shot marked bullshit. It's a very frustrating ability because it forces you to reposition even if you don't want to reposition. So the combat protocol coming out, we're gonna turn this guy into a bucket of bolts very easily. So here we go, triggering the Overwatch. 1, 2, 3, cross your fingers. Go.
Moving to designated coordinates. I'm pinned down.
Missed. Perfect. So now we have other options that we're going to exercise before finishing this off. We can move. Actually, we have a lot more options than I was initially thinking. So we gotta eliminate the mech. It's gonna be real dumb if we miss. Oh man. Never in my life did I imagine that my plan that was so flawlessly good would get so ridiculously fucked up. Oh my god. Like, seriously? Seriously?
Position confirmed.
Of course I can't see the mech from here. Of course I can't reach the mech with a grenade. Why would I be able to?
Kill confirmed.
I almost feel bad for them. They've got no idea what they're in for.
The mech is not going for a rocket, so my positioning was alright, but that shot did a lot of damage. Carl is within kill range if he gets hit, but the trooper just going to go on Overwatch. These guys, though, are rushing onto the battlefield. They're very close to triggering. The turret going to take a shot. It is going to connect even through the aid protocol in half cover. We got to get away from that so we don't get pelted with those bullets. I mean, I really appreciate shows and things that I'm not directly attached to. And what I mean by that is there are some shows about millennials and people in their mid-20s, and they make me throw up in my mouth a little bit because they're about something that I am living through, and I just don't. I want to be as far removed from the things that I'm living through as possible. So when I watch a show that's about something that I've already lived through, I have a completely different response to it. I have a completely different feeling about it. Ah, crap. Alright, I'm taking a pretty big risk here by not moving my soldier out of the tracking shot marked. I've never been hit by it before, so I don't know exactly how much damage it's going to do or if it can even miss. But with 1 point of armor and 5 health, I don't imagine we're going to get instant killed by it. But if we do, you bet your ass that I'm going to feel like installing this game pretty soon. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. And we're going to go on Overwatch. The mech is going to advance forward and activate along with the sectoid buddy. The sectoid going to be the one leading the charge. Don't know why. He doesn't even have pants on. He probably should have stayed behind the giant robot for a little bit of extra protection, but now he's going to be easy pickings for Dragon Nova. Unfortunately, she's not going to get revealed. I'm a bit surprised that the mech didn't see her. Turrets are still raining death from above with their poor accuracy. It's going to go back on Overwatch. And now, the tracking shot coming out. Hold your breath, people. 2 damage. Not the end of the world, but it still hurts. We got plenty of medkits, though. We can deal with it. He's just going to double down, trying to hit the same target again. I should really just kill these flipping freaking turrets because they're causing so much grief. But for now, it's gonna stay alive. We're gonna flank the sectoid, instant kill it before it can even get off of mind control. And we're not even going to break concealment from doing so. Dragonova. This hoe is sneaky.
Remember, they are not victims. I have almost no ammo.
Now, I obviously don't want to get pelted by another tracking shot. And I also don't want to get hit by another turret. So, here's what we do. Somebody's got to break the Overwatch, and it's gonna be Kevin. Even though he doesn't have a point of armor, and there's a chance that he'll take more damage from breaking the Overwatch. Actually, I might not need to. Hold on. It actually depends on how this plays out. This better fucking work. I swear to you, if this doesn't work. We're gonna move Myra into position to combat protocol on the mech. It's gonna zap it. The ideal would to get a max roll and bring it down to 1 health. That way I can guarantee the kill. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen. Yep. 7. So, we have to deal 2 damage to this thing. The ideal, again, would be to deal 2 damage with Zani Zoha. But there is a chance that she will miss and only deal 1 damage. Thank the heavens.
Did you see that one?
Alright, the plan is working out pretty well so far. Next up, we're going to reload with Kevin. And then he's going to take a shot to break the Overwatch on the turret. If he misses, that's going to be really upsetting. He missed. No, he didn't. Well, he has the... I forgot he has a stock on his weapon. Thank the frickin' heavens, man. Like, I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this stress, man. Alright, so our new plan is to get inside the building and start dealing with the Chosen Hunter. But we do have to be careful because we don't know where all the enemies are, so we're not out of the woods yet. We've only killed, I want to say 3 pods of enemies. So that means there could be anywhere from 2 to 3 pods left. But we're doing pretty well considering we're the Chosen Hunter is really more of an annoyance, and he's messing up my strategy. I feel like if we weren't engaged with the Chosen Hunter, this would be significantly easier to deal with. But that's the whole purpose of the Chosen, is to give you a frustrating thing to focus on. And it's time for Kevin to make his death run away from the turret. So, cross your fingers. I mean, not Kevin, Carl. I keep calling him by the wrong name. The Overwatch is going to miss, though. We've made it away from the turrets. My goodness gracious, how fucking annoying was that? Ooh, there we go. We got an Advent Priest and a Flamer guy. The tracking shot marked going to come out. It's unfortunate that the Chosen didn't walk closer to the Flamer guy, because maybe he'd be the one to blow up. That'd be very fun, but we're not going to get lucky in that way. This is actually a bit unfortunate, because we can't throw and detonate in the same turn. There is an object that we can remote start, but they're not within the radius yet. So I'm going to pull back with Dragonova. Of course, we're going to get eyes on the objective that we need to grab. And I'm going to have to sprint out of this tracking shot. This might activate the next group of enemies. Nope, got lucky there. But we can continue moving along this tree line over here to make sure we don't activate until we're good and damn ready. A lot of people will claim that this sort of creeping around and slowly, meticulously moving to avoid detection is a bit boring for XCOM, but I find it very tense. I find it more tension building than boring. So I have to say that I enjoy it. I enjoy the mechanic of being very safe, while at the same time having leeway to be aggressive if I want to. Like, if I had Predator armor, I would be a lot more guns a-blazing in this mission. But because I do have the weaker tier of armor, I get the choice to say, you know what? I'm going to be meticulous. I'm going to take my time and get through this mission. Because believe it or not, the pussyfooting that I'm doing right now is not the only way to play XCOM. And that's just a fact. It's the safest way to play XCOM. That's for damn sure, but it's very far from being the only way to play XCOM. Now, I can almost guarantee that the next group of enemies is going to activate as soon as we move anywhere, really. So I'm going to move Dragonova into a position where she's not likely to get flanked.
Roger that.
I'm going to move Carl out of the way. He is going to trigger the group. Going for that Tim Tebow status again. Kissing one up to God, making sure his squad stays safe. As expected, Dragonova not going to get revealed. Unfortunately, we don't have any flanks on these guys, so we have pretty low percentages to hit. But we do have a shotgun that can blow up cover because of the demolish ability. And I think I might take advantage of that. Alright, you know what? I'm feeling pretty tactical today. I'm going to try and blow up the cover for the Advent Priest. This is also going to destroy Dragonova's cover, so I should probably move her. But she's really sneaky. She can handle it, right? Let's do it. Poof. Oh no, the cover that the priest was behind was different from the cover that Dragonova was behind. Tactical cover removal was successful. Now let's gun this guy down. 5 damage. He just needs one more shot to be eliminated. And wouldn't you know it, Dragonova's in the perfect spot to eliminate him. Right in the noggin. Ah, he's gonna go into stasis. Shit! Damn! That wasn't supposed to happen.
I'm going.
Well, because he went into stasis, I can't shoot him now. And he's gonna come out and he's gonna flank Dragonova and he's gonna fucking kill her. So I gotta make sure that he dies and not me. But at the very least, we can give Dragonova an aid protocol, and we can also put Carl on Overwatch. I don't know how many times I called him Kevin, but his name is Carl.
Let's get this done.
So here we go. The stasis is over. He's gonna make a move. Come on, Carl. You got that stock. It's a guaranteed kill. Messing with the wrong squad today, boys. Flamethrower gonna come out, and that's gonna kind of pin down Dragonova a little bit. And she is actually in range of the turret, but the aid protocol and the half cover are gonna prove to be enough this time.
The fire's getting worse. Moving is ordered.
Oh shit.
You better step up your game, Commander. Every shot counts.
Your material is secure.
Ready to rock!
God damn. Yo, fuck this game, man. I swear. I'm so sick of it.
Enemies down!
You got rid of the soft targets. Now you have to deal with me.
Ah, look at him trying to start a little fight there. Talking about all the soft targets are dead. Well, as far as I'm concerned, the Chosen Hunter is a soft target as well, and we're gonna deal with him. Okay. But truth be told, I actually don't know if there are any other enemies on the map, so I can't be too aggressive just yet. I gotta be intelligent about this. He's still going for the tracking shot mark. My flipping goodness.
Settle down. You're fine.
Okay.
Yo, come on. Yo, I'm gonna cry. If this turret hits my soldiers one more time, I fucking promise you I'm gonna start crying. Like, I don't even know what it can see and what it can't. You know what? Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Alright, the turret is no longer an issue. I'm so sick of this thing raining death from above on my soldiers. And wouldn't you know it, there's a turret right next to the turret. Just in case you didn't have enough turret in your turret, we got a turret next to the turret. And now they're going to shoot each other for the next 5 turns, and it's going to be so dumb. I never want to do another blacksite mission ever again.
Let's get it on already. Elders would really prefer it if you didn't interfere with this facility, Commander. Not to spoil the surprise, but it's kind of important to this whole scheme of theirs.
And you know what else? The sarcasm of the Chosen of this guy is starting to get on my nerves. And here we go, the Beastmaster ability coming out. We got a Pudding Man, and he is ready for some action. So before we start dealing with the Chosen, we have to deal with him. But it doesn't look like it's going to be a big deal. And I had no idea you could poison the Pudding Man. But we are finally within range to start getting hit with the actual Hunter rifle. And instantly, we get critically hit, and our soldier starts bleeding out. Wow. Wow. Through the armor. Does half cover mean nothing anymore?
Could be something on this one.
All right, we gotta start getting aggressive. Enough is enough. We've been passive for way too long in this mission. It's time for us to get in there and start taking some shots at this guy. I feel like the only way we're gonna deal with this guy is if we put pressure on him, because he's a sniper. So if we stay in the back, he's gonna pick us off like what he's been doing this whole time. And as soon as we get up close to him, he starts pulling some bullshit out of his ass. But now he's made his first and last mistake by walking so close to me. Ooh! He killed the turret. Does he have a 100% chance to crit or something? Because this is getting a little ridiculous. Alright, this guy needs to shut his damn mouth. And you know what? We're going to make him shut up by poisoning the hell out of him. But before we do that, we gotta get a little bit of a wombo combo started. I'm going to start off by throwing down some shrapnel. Alright? So that's step number one. Shrapnel in position. Step number two, we're switching over to Carl. And Carl is about to get really, really aggressive. He's got this gas grenade. We've been holding on to this thing for a reason. It is going to poison him, reduce his accuracy, and it is also going to set off the claymore. So that's going to be like 2 hits at the same time. It's going to be really cool. Trust me. And it's going to shred off all of his armor. Now, we are going to block our pathway to the objective with a big cloud of poison. Totally worth it. So now, this boy flanked by our Reaper, and he takes bonus damage from Reapers. Unfortunately, we're not close enough to get the, wait, does he have the close? No, I think he's brittle. I don't even remember what his stats are at this point. His strengths and weaknesses. All I know is we about to start putting our guns in his mouth. 8 damage critical hit. Beautiful.
Double or nothing.
He's got a lot of health, though. And he's not close enough to remote start, because that would finish him off. Damn. It's okay. This is still a big hit. We didn't get the crit, though.
Decent, but not good enough.
She's bleeding out for 2 turns. I'm standing right next to her. This shot has a chance to kill because of Bewildered. Take the shot. Take the shot. Kill him, please. Beautiful. Get your ass out of here, boy. Give me them ability points. The fuck you think this is? Sorry. I'm sorry. I think I just got a little bit upset.
You've surprised me once again, Commander. Maybe I need to reconsider my tactics.
Excellent work, Commander. We may not have put them down for good, but at the very least, we've held off the Chosen for another day.
Oh. Alright, guys. I'm going to finish this mission, but I'm probably not going to talk while I do it. I'm so stressed. Okay, so here's what's happening now. We just got eyes on a group of triple sectoids, and that's kind of a big deal because we don't have any flashbangs anymore. because the person I don't even remember if I used the flashbang already. That's how like that's how overdone my brain is right now. But because of the big cloud of poison that I created while I was trying to kill the Chosen, the only person that can run to the objective without getting poisoned is Two-Faced, because she has a med kit. She's immune to poison. But the problem is, it's going to take me 2 moves to get in there, and the first move is probably going to activate the sectoids, and then in the next turn, they're going to mind control somebody, and I can guarantee it. There's really no way. There's no good way to do this, is what I'm trying to say. So let's just move up and activate the sectoids. Like, I've been pussyfooting around for this whole mission. It's time to just get aggressive and start putting in work. Because, like, realistically, there's nothing else that we can do besides get aggressive. Alright, so realistically, there's no easy way for us to do this. So we're just going to start taking shots. First one going to connect for a big 6 damage, leaving the first sectoid at 4 health remaining. That does put it within execution range, but if we don't get the max roll, then he's going to survive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a shot with Kevin, because... Wait, did I destroy his cover? I did destroy his cover. New plan. Change positions. Go. My game crashed. Holy fuck.
I'll get him next time.
Ain't that a bitch? I had to reload the save, and this time the shot's not gonna hit, and Kevin is still left. Carl is still left without his cover. Ain't that a bitch? That's a bitch, isn't it? Well, what are you gonna do?
Bolt says hello. I will need more ammo.
In case you're wondering why I'm not using revival protocol on the body, is because an unconscious soldier with 1 health is safer than a conscious soldier with 1 health. Because unconscious soldiers, they can get killed by grenades, but they cannot get targeted by enemies and shot. Because that would be too R-rated for Xcom. That would be disgusting. If you could shoot an unconscious opponent, that's brutal. They don't even let you knee people while they're on the ground in the UFC anymore. So obviously they don't let you do that in XCOM. This sectoid is poisoned, so that's brought him down to 2 health. I wonder what he's going to do this time. Is he just going to run around like a headless chicken, or is he going to go for a mind spin this time? Ah, there they go. They're not broken. They were just having a little dance before they start getting crazy with their mind powers. There we go. The mind control coming out. So we have to deal with this now. Woof! This guy's getting saucy with us. So Dragonova is going to be the saving grace for this mission, because she can just come out, get a flank on the sectoids, and eliminate them without any stress. Yeah, this is perfect. Now, what the only thing that's a little bit stupid about this situation is that the poison has a chance to not kill this guy. And that's unfortunate. And with the way my luck is, the poison's probably not going to kill him. I mean, let's be real here.
Confirmed.
That poison's not going to kill him. You and I both know that if a target has 2 health and poison can deal between 1 and 3 damage, it's going to deal 1 damage. Imagine it misses. Oh, please. I actually don't want to imagine that.
Remember, they are not victims. Now we fight in the open.
I didn't think that was going to happen. I'm actually not sure why I got revealed by that, because I got the kill and I have Silent Killer. I imagine it has something to do with the fact that we have been out of Shadow Concealment once already, and going back into it, there's like a different set of rules that get applied. But I don't fucking care.
Not too shabby. Out of ammo here.
Guessing that's not water in there. Shen, any readings?
No signs of radioactivity, no significant energy signatures of any kind. Whatever it is, it's safe to handle.
We've confirmed acquisition of the sample. Move to rendezvous at the extraction point.
Alright, we got the vial. We got the body.
Keep an eye on him.
We just got to get to the exit. Now, depending on the type of enemies that come out when this pod drops down, that's gonna make this exit really stupid. Cause I don't have any abilities left. I don't have any grenades. I don't got shit. So this might get stupid. Let's go. And you know, these are two bond mates helping each other to the exit. Isn't this beautiful? It is indeed beautiful. So we are pretty much done with the mission. All we have to do is contend with the wave of reinforcements and then rush to the evac zone. We got an advent mech, a trooper, and a captain. Nothing too crazy, nothing we can't handle. Before we close out, I want to give a big thank you to everyone that's been commenting, liking the video, submitting soldiers, or even just watching silently while you clean up your house. I genuinely appreciate the support that everyone shows for my content, because I absolutely love making it. There's going to be plenty more Uncut XCOM 2 War of the Chosen content on the horizon, because we are very far from completing the campaign. So if you'd like to submit a soldier name and backstory, there is information in the description for how you can do that. So, with all of that said, the name of the game is XCOM 2 War of the Chosen. The name of the channel is iBluairJgR Gaming for Comedy. We're gonna shoot this mech in the booty while he's taking a nap. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.